We're gonna hold it down today. Down there is a Cleveland legend. He played at St. Ed's. He also played at Notre Dame down in South Bend. He spent some time with the Vegas Raiders. Host of the Varsity House podcast, my man Sean Crawford. What's going on?
What's
I
going
can't
on?
reach you, but I'm gonna reach down there and try to get you, my boy.
What's going on? Yeah, I'm running. We running quarterback today.
Yeah.
Ted couldn't make it, so we had to bring in a sub. But nah, it should be a great episode. It should be a great time here.
So like, I always wanted to be an OC, like offensive coordinator. I always wanted to like draw up some plays. So I'm gonna take this opportunity today. I'm gonna cut it. Like I ain't never been in this chair, so I'm gonna show out. And also later on the show, we're gonna be joined with my dude Blood. Blood is here, and we missing somebody else, man. My dude Ken not here. Ken went on vacation, but it's cool. But we got my dude Gaddis over there from Next Gen. We're gonna call us the Dread Gang. That's what we're gonna call it. Dread Gang in here strong, okay? Of course, they're gonna join us later. We're gonna talk some some mini league games this week too, right?
Yeah, it's no, not last week, but this time coming up. We got regionals coming up in Columbus this week.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we got to talk high school. A show favorite. We got to talk about that this week today. So we're gonna talk about it, but first, before we get into that, man, I want to bring in a guest. We got at the age of 10U division in the state of Texas. He's the number one wide receiver at 10. He got 9 receiving touchdowns. Sean, 2 of those are game winners. He got 2 picks. One of those is a pick 6 for a game winner. And in spring baseball, he batted 500, which at 10 years old, I'm guessing that's insane. He had 80 hits and also 11 home runs. So I want to welcome to the show from the state of Texas, Prince Well Njoku and Trey Njoku. Man, how y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
Man, first thing I want to get into, I got a question for Pops. I just want to put you on the spot real quick. I just want to baseball or football? Which one?
Man,
you can't answer whatever he want. Whatever he want. Okay, I want to hear your answer.
You knew that was gonna be the
I knew it was. Yeah.
Man, initially because I grew up playing football, I didn't even play baseball. So I grew up playing football, so I wanted it to be that. But at this point, really, I don't know, man. We just riding the wave,
Detected at front door.
Yeah, just riding the wave.
Just riding the wave. So how did you get into baseball? Like obviously, if you like didn't play baseball, so what drew your interest in baseball, Trey?
What drew interest in baseball is I just liked it really when I was younger, and I asked my dad if I wanted to play baseball, and that's how it all started.
I like that, man. I wish I had played baseball. I got one more. Then I'm gonna let Sean ask y'all some questions. So Trey, like when you on the field, right? Like when did you know that you was like? Because you like I watch you and I watch your highlights and I watch your clips. You got the demeanor that you just like I'm good. Like when did you start having that? Like realizing how good you was on the field that you pretty much could do what you want to do at the age of 10. Definitely with your size. Like when did you start realizing that?
Probably when I was like 7, maybe.
It's crazy. Dad, is that when you started noticing too?
Yeah, about 7. That's when he kind of came out his shell, and we were playing tackle at that time. That's when we started playing tackle.
So like, it was at the age he started playing football. Or was he playing it before 7?
No, he played it before 7. It was just flag, like 5U. Well, he started at 4 or 5 years old. That was just flag. And then they didn't, here in Texas at that time, they didn't start letting you play in tackle till 7. But now they have it where you can play it at 6U now. So it changed the year after he started playing tackle.
Did I hear you say like, because it's different up here. He was playing flag at 4?
Yeah, 4.
You can't do that up here, can you? You can't play flag at 4? That's crazy, man. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's 4. They have some 4U baseball teams too. It's T-ball, but that's kind of where we started.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, Sean.
This is for Prince. How much have you shown Trey? Now, obviously Trey is young, but how much have you shown Trey some Deion Sanders footage? Playing baseball, being electric on the football field as well. His ties to Texas as well. How much footage of Deion have you shown him?
That's his favorite athlete, actually. Yeah, so we had the pleasure of going to see them play Arizona State, Our coach is an alumni from Arizona State. So our team went out there, played a game, and we were able to go to the game.
Hmm. And also just understanding the work and just the commitment that it may take to get to that level. But how much has Trey showed you that that he's willing to put in the work and be committed to being successful in whatever field that it may be?
Yeah, he's obviously shown me that, because I have to put, as a parent, I have to be more committed to what he's doing than what he's doing, because he is a child. I'm the parent. So for me to be able to make that commitment, he's shown me through his work ethic off the field and his play on the field that it's worth it.
Hmm. And Trey, I remember back when I was your age, 10 years old, playing football, playing multiple sports. Never realized. I'm sure you'll realize this as you get older, but never realized this the sacrifices my parents made, my dad made, my mom made. Uh, you being so young and just seeing the commitment that your dad has put in, and maybe all the trips and sacrifices that he's made for you. What does that mean to you?
Um, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. He's a very good dad, and he. That's all I have to say, really.
That's all you need to say, honestly,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, that's what it is. And I'm sure as you get older, you're gonna start to see it a lot more. And just seeing it around you. Some parents may not be around other kids, or they may be around the other kids, but just knowing that you got a father figure that's willing to sacrifice his time to put you in a place. I mean, obviously, it's nice, but as we're looking at these stats here, I mean, it's you're going crazy. I don't know how much time you got to rest, especially out there playing Texas in that heat.
Man.
What's been going? What does a day look like in the house, in your household?
A day look like?
Mm-hmm. And
Man, to be honest,
But-
it may vary, because because he plays two sports. It may vary from day to day, especially on the weekends. Like this weekend, Saturday night we had two baseball games, and then Sunday morning we had a football game, and then we had to finish our baseball tournament after that. Some Saturdays we may have two baseball games and a football game. Then Sunday we finish out the tournament. Majority of the weeks, it's because baseball is such a skill. We kind of practice on that 2 or 3 nights a week. On the off season. During the season, it's 5 days a week. With football, he has a strength and conditioning trainer. We go to there a few times a week, and a wide receiver coach that we go to a few times a month. So it's a balancing act between the two sports to make sure that you're getting the proper work that you need to maintain the level of play that's required, if that makes sense.
So, my question, it kind of to piggyback off of what Sean was asking, but just to like give a little bit more to that, like you have the number one receiver at the age of 10, and I'm sure like high schools are starting to look at him, and I'm sure like even maybe like college. How do you balance that, like to protect him, because he is still 10, he still is a child. Like how do you balance that, because obviously he's a top tier athlete playing two sports, excelling at two sports. Like how do you manage that to, yes, you are an athlete, but at the same time, like you're still like a child, to have him make sure he still like has a life to where he can be a kid outside of that?
Of course. So, like a lot of the extra work that we do, I keep it's very consistent, but it's not all day. So he might have an hour every day after school, but that's it. And he goes back to his normal, life as a kid. Or we might go to practice. If we go to practice that day, I'm not going to have him do any outside work. He plays his video games like a normal kid. Education is a real big thing to us in our household. He has a tutor that he works with a couple times a week just to make sure he's able to maintain or exceed the level of education as he does on the field. That's important to us as well. And we try to not look too far ahead on things. He's he's excelling right now as an athlete, but there's so much more growth and time, before everything's said and done, that we kind of try to not put the cart before the horse.
Okay. So, Trey, who's your favorite receiver in the NFL?
Megatron.
Big Sean. Ooh, you know what? I wasn't. How old are you?
I'm 11 right now.
I wasn't expecting him to say that, Sean. I was expecting you to say like Cheetah or something. Definitely you like being like fast from Texas. Are you, Dad? Were you as good as he was? Like, did you play like football too?
Yeah, but I wasn't as good as he was at his age.
I always wondered that too, because I look at like my son. Like we all know on the show, like I was a top tier athlete, right, Sean?
The best.
I was the best athlete, but I look at my kid and I'm like, yo, he's far better than what I was. So
I think it's just the I'll say it like this, a lot of people will be like, you're living through your son. But yeah, I mean, of course, like you have to be of some sort to be committed to him, to be able to let him flourish and do what he does. Yeah, I'm living through him, but it's for what he wants to do, for where his life is going to take him. I'm just presenting him. I'm just giving him the opportunity to be able to make these choices.
Good. You got anything else, Sean? All right, man. Thank you so much for taking this time to come on with us and chat with us for a little bit. I really wanted to get this interview done. First off, man, I wanted to just salute you as a father, taking care of him on and off the field. Not just you, also brought up education. That is very important. I want to salute you for that. And also, Trey, man, good luck going into baseball, football, whatever sport you decide to stick with, man. Good luck to you. I wish you nothing but success and health, man. And you guys have a good day, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming on.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Now let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm kind of upset that that Ted not here, because I'm gonna do something that I haven't done. Okay. Mm-hmm. So first of all, let's get into it. This weekend, Ohio State defeated Michigan State University 38-3. Kyle McCord, 24 for 31 for 355 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison has 7 catches for 149 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. He had 3 of them things. Mm-hmm. 1 rushing and 2 receiving. Also, Travion Henderson had 63 yards and a touchdown. So I do want to correct myself, because last week I said Kyle McCord didn't have a 300-yard game. So I don't want to just be on here just saying stuff. So I went back and I did my homework. I stand corrected. That was his 3rd 300-yard game this year. His first one was against Western Kentucky. He had 318 for 3 touchdowns. Then Maryland, he had 320 for 2 touchdowns. So I want to make sure I send an apology to Ted and Kyle McCord, because he feel like I'm always giving him a hard time. But that really was a solid game. And he don't have to have 355 every week, but if he can, obviously you have to look at the competition. He was playing against Michigan State, but if he can come out, like that, at least halfway like that, my whole thing was like the slow starts.
Right.
So he came out fast. They got Marvin involved quick. It's funny Ted not here when Marvin have his best game. So shout out to Kyle McCord. That was a good game. And I look at Marvin Harrison. I was talking to Ryan before the show. He said he feel like he might win the Heisman.
Who's that? Marvin
Harrison Jr.
Oh, he's not even the best receiver. I mean,
don't do that.
Talent-wise, he's the best receiver, but stats aren't even close.
No, it's not close. And what I did was, before that, the Florida State game was on, and I saw that receiver too. So,
but even his stats, not there. You got to look at LSU, Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
He got 200 more yards than Marvin. And I don't know about touchdowns, but I see it. Like, he balling, don't get me wrong. He got the Ohio State brand behind him. But if we actually, like, at the end of the day, if we're gonna just pick the Heisman just off of a name, then yeah, it'd probably be Marvin Harrison. He got the last name. He got the Ohio State brand.
He's the best player on the team, though. Like, I think if you take Marvin Harrison off this team, I don't even know if I'm being honest. Like,
they're probably undefeated.
The Ohio State, even without Marvin Harrison,
they're undefeated.
I don't think we undefeated without Marvin Harrison.
Why?
You right there too. You can chime in on that one.
Wait, why? Why aren't they undefeated? What game has he won this year?
There's what game has he won? Hold on, let me go back over. See, you put me on the spot. But
He hasn't been put in that position to really win the game.
yeah, but I still think put it like this. I don't think we win the what was the game we played before that? The Rutgers game without him. And the way he affects the games like more than I just think if you take him away, Kyle McCord obviously only throws to him. I can't sit here. It's like you really think we'd be undefeated without him?
Yes.
No, I can't say that, man.
He didn't do anything against Notre Dame, and they won that game. Stats were irrelevant that game.
But the effect of him being even
they played
on the
man.
field, though.
They played man all game.
Didn't he get hurt?
He did get hurt a little, but he finished the game.
Man, I can't say that, man, because even if he not getting the ball, I don't think your whole defensive scheme is based off of where's 18 at.
Not really, because they don't double team him. How many in those two touchdowns?
Maybe that's the problem, man.
In those 2 touchdowns against Michigan State, he was single covered. Notre Dame had him single covered.
Yeah,
I mean, but
that.
I don't don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but I think teams understand Kyle McCord. If teams might rather stack the box against Ohio State and then play 1-on-1 and force Kyle McCord to have a good game throwing.
Man, I wouldn't even. You didn't open up a whole new subject.
And
I wouldn't even try to go there, man.
also receiving yards against Rutgers. Travion Henderson led the team with 80 yards. Marvin had 4 receptions for 25. He had 2 touchdowns. Don't get me wrong, but
Do we beat Penn State without him?
Penn State didn't move the ball.
But we wasn't really moving to it. I just think he is our offense. He our offense, man. You can't say we undefeated if you take away. You don't believe that, Fred.
I believe that.
You really believe that?
I believe that.
Let me see your face.
I believe that.
That's crazy. He
I
said it with a
believe
straight
that.
face.
I believe that. Let's talk about it. Penn State.
I don't think you beat them with that. Because how are we scoring? Because then they really just going to stack the box. And then now you can't run.
Penn State. Hold on. Penn State had 49 rushing yards and 191 passing yards.
I think if you take that man off the field, the game plan is much easier for teams because now you ain't got to worry. You taking away his number one target. When he dropped back, we talked about it all week, he looking for 18.
He is.
That's the first person he's looking for. And I even said I feel like he is the reason the success that Kyle McCord do have. Man, I need you to help me, man. I'm on the island, man.
I just don't agree.
I think Ohio State be Ohio State, but if you take Marvin Harrison away from Ohio State, that's hard for Kyle McCord to find the number one target, and that's easy for teams. I see what you're saying. That is easy for teams to game plan because Marvin Harrison is Marvin Harrison.
He's tough. Don't get me wrong, but
and that's the best receiver to come out of Ohio State.
The offense will be less explosive, but that don't mean they don't win the same amount of games.
Are we top?
Are we
top 4 without?
They gonna beat the team. They gonna beat, bro.
You gotta take into account the talent on the roster.
Yeah, they're gonna have
and the teams that they playing.
So even if Marv wasn't there, there's an Ohio State caliber receiver.
Emeka Ibuka becomes your number one.
Emeka Ibuka been in and out the lineup all year though.
I do think Marv got a real case for Heisman.
I think I'm gonna say Marv definitely got a real case for Heisman. I never seen a receiver make that.
The impact that he has, that's what I'm saying. Those other receivers may have better stats, but I don't think
the impact of the game that he's having.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Especially if he turned up during the conference championship, through the playoffs, then he could really have a
there's a legit argument if he don't get hurt versus Georgia, that game is done.
Oh yeah,
that game is done. When he went out, everything changed, and we had CJ last year.
That's what he bring to the team. That's what he bring to Ohio State though.
When Marv went out, that's really why we lost that game.
That's a completely different argument. Because you need Marvin to beat Georgia. I'm saying you don't need Marvin to be undefeated to this point.
I think I don't know, man.
That's a completely different argument.
Okay,
for Georgia, yeah, you need all your guys. You need everybody there, healthy everybody, and you need CJ. But to beat this schedule that they had to play,
it was easy.
Like, and I'm talking the Notre Dame game. Like, obviously you want him on the field, but he had 3 receptions for 32 yards. So like he stats wise, he didn't really affect the game. They played him man most of the game. Travion Henderson had 100 yards rushing, and then Kyle McCord did his thing. Like I feel like he spread the ball around. Like Stover had 7 receptions, Emeka had 7 receptions. Like he spread the ball around that game.
He did get robbed for a catch, and he got hurt too, though, Sean. He definitely.
He got robbed for a catch. When?
Marv Harrison, he did that catch out on the sideline. They didn't rule him.
Oh, they called holding. He dropped it though.
2 games where he didn't even throw a touchdown pass. Like going back to that Notre game, can you really say if he not on the field, I don't think we beat them if he not at least on the field.
He only had 3 receptions, so.
He didn't make an impact that game, is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think his presence made an impact?
No, because the other receivers didn't eat. I get it. I get it if it's saying like, oh, like we double covered him and that way we gave somebody else single coverage, but that wasn't the case. We played them both man.
So he don't got your vote for Heisman.
No.
Is he?
No.
Is he top 5?
In the draft?
In Heisman, is
oh no, he should go to New York for sure.
Okay,
he should go to New York, but like he should just go because I don't know who else is gonna go. Yeah.
So all right, off that question, are we a playoff team without him? Because now
I don't think you beat Michigan with him.
That's what I'm saying. Because now even if you undefeated, they still
go
like that.
So no,
like you don't think we beat Michigan with him?
No.
We beat Michigan. Yeah, we get them now.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We gonna see.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we gonna see, but like that's the only that's the only matchup that really mattered this year because it's a down year for the Big Ten. Like let's just say that. Like you would hope Wisconsin got a first year head coach. Rutgers is solid this year, but like Michigan State obviously had whatever they went through. Maryland played solid this year, but. It's just I just think like with the schedule that they play and then the way the Big Ten has shaped out this season, like it's a lot of blowout games in here. Defense stepped up in a lot of games too. That Penn State game, defense stepped up. Or Notre Dame game, defense stepped up. Rutgers, that pick 6 obviously helped them out.
I still can't believe we got that pick 6.
But
that's crazy.
We gonna see because Michigan gonna play man, so we gonna see what's up in that game and.
Yeah, that's the next big one. We got Minnesota, but I think
Yeah, we got Minnesota. It's like
hey,
it's just a game on this.
You can only play who's in front of you, man.
I get it, but I'm standing on that they would be undefeated if Marvin did not play this year.
They've been doing it.
I respectfully disagree
because I don't know who their backup is, but I'm sure. I know he ain't bad.
What's the name? Obuka? How you supposed to say his name again?
Emeka
Obuka. I think he's good, but I don't think
he's not Marvin. But like he a first round receiver.
Is he though?
Yeah. Just off of last year, I feel like
that's what I'm saying. Because this year is just.
But the quarterback, it's tough.
He was dropping the ball too, though. Mecca did have a few drops this year.
I don't know.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but he definitely. Hey, his spot began took a little bit by the freshman. Yeah. Freshman replacing him, Cardinal Tate.
Yeah.
See, they got somebody else. Is my point. They got somebody else.
Don't get mad at us because we got it like that, man.
That's a good. That you want it. You want to have it like that. That's a good thing. But I'm just saying, like, I think Marvin having a great year, but Heisman, not close. Not close. He should go to New York though.
So okay, put it like this, because they bias off of certain games, right? To me, Troy Smith already had it locked up, but his last game versus Michigan was just like, I think he had it locked up, but I think if he goes out and maybe lose that game, because I feel like they kind of like, really back then, they used that last game you play, like it affects your draft stock and everything, just like Troy was.
Don't have a playoff. You don't have a playoff.
So I feel like if he goes out, let's just say Marvin goes out, he got 3 touchdowns and 135 yards versus Michigan. Now what? Like, do that change your mind a little bit, or still like no?
It's still no.
I feel like he gonna have a kind of game like that.
He's gonna have to have a game like that, and he ain't got a choice. You said what?
I said he could build a case for it if he like progressively start doing more through the rest of the season, especially like when we play Michigan and then the playoffs in the Big Ten championship. But I don't think he got it right now. But to be fair though, I don't really see a clear cut winner either right now at the moment. So that's why I think he can build a case for it.
I got Jaden Daniels winning it. I ain't gonna lie to
I
you.
like him.
Jaden Daniels, his stats
tough.
crazy.
I'm sticking to my Marvin Harrison. I'm a homer, all right? I ain't straight a minute. I'm a homer.
Yeah, you can.
Except for when it comes to Kyle McCord. All right, anyway. So, again, it's Tuesday. So, on Tuesday, the college football, they top 5 come out. Top 4 come out. But on here, we do our top 6. We do our top 4 teams that we feel like are in the playoffs. We got our 15 that we feel like if somebody get knocked out, they can move up. And we had like teams we saw that got a lot of good one-loss teams. So that's where we like, if it's a 6 team, we throw them in there. So right now, as it stands, Ohio State is number 1, Georgia's number 2, Michigan is number 3, Florida State is 4, Washington is 5, and Oregon 6. I'm gonna give y'all mine first, and then we're gonna go around the room. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Florida State is good. Like I like I watched them bits and pieces. Like I watched the full game. I was like, yo, yeah, they nice for real. And then as I was watching, I was like, I compare like, could Ohio State like on a neutral ground, like what would that game be?
Ohio State will probably win.
Yeah, I think we will, but I don't know if it will be like it wouldn't be comfortable. I feel like it'd be one of those games where, because they got some athletes. But right now, my number at number 6, I got Alabama. I still got them up there. Number 5, I got Michigan. I moved Michigan out of my top 4. Washington at number 4. Florida State at number 3. I still got my top 2 remain the same. I still don't feel like Ohio State is the number 1 team in the country. So I got them at number 2. And again, like I said, until somebody beat Georgia, they the champs, they undefeated. I feel like they earn the right to still be at number 1. But yeah, I did. I moved Michigan out of my top 5. Can we talk about the coach crying at the end of the game?
Wait, Ohio
man?
State won?
No, I got Ohio. No, I got Michigan. I got Georgia 1, Ohio State 2, Florida State 3, Washington 4.
I'm saying Ohio State is one though.
They are number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. The coach
Man, like,
crying.
Man, come on, man. Like
Jim must have like some type of power over the entire program, the university, the boosters, all that, because of the way everybody is like. I mean, obviously that's what you want. Like you want your DC to have the back.
I don't have a problem with a man crying, but like, bro,
no, I have a problem with him crying. It wasn't that serious.
In that moment, like,
it wasn't that serious.
but like,
it's a football game.
And then like, y'all didn't even play good.
I mean, they were going to win the game regardless.
Yeah, they were, but like, you could have. I couldn't believe he did that, man. Like, Coach, I love you, man. It's like I didn't get the point of that.
Yeah, I just think anytime Michigan or Ohio State is playing, I think this is a different topic, but James Franklin need to go. I'm tired.
Remember I said, what did I say a few weeks ago?
James Franklin is a bad coach. He's not a bad coach.
No,
but,
yes, he is, man. Did I not say that?
But like
did
my
you hear
thing,
him trying to
my
explain
thing is,
his logic like to the reporter? They called him out on it.
On what?
They had called him out of I guess like his time management or like going for 2, and he like got mad at the reporter. Because they kept asking, like, no, he's like, I explained it. It's like, no, I feel like you didn't explain it, James, but okay.
No,
he's like,
James is they go 10-2. You know, Penn State, they should every year don't even count on beating Ohio State. Don't count on beating Michigan. Just win your 10 games, other 10 games you got on the schedule. And then as a Penn State fan, you got to accept that. You got to be happy with it. But like, for Penn State fans to be upset, I'm just like, you either got to get rid of James or be okay with it, because it's like,
who you gonna get better than James to come to Penn State though?
But think about this. I saw this on Twitter. Somebody tweeted. Somebody was talking about Mark Richt at Georgia. How Mark Richt couldn't beat Bama. He would get to the SEC championship, but he couldn't beat Bama. Couldn't beat LSU. Couldn't beat those teams in SEC championship. But then they go and get Kirby bring him back to the SEC championship. Now he's the one that's getting over the hump, beating the Alabamas, beating the LSU's, beating other teams and getting to the national championship. So it's like very risky, because Georgia could have got rid of Mark Richt, who was a great coach, could have got rid of him and then been worse. But you got somebody who is from maybe the Saban system and knows the ins and outs, how to run a program, things like that. Maybe Penn State got to go get somebody from a Michigan program or Ohio State program.
I got one for you. But real quick before we get into y'all top 6. So, like, I think we mentioned it last week. We we were talking about Urban going to Michigan State.
Now,
If I'm Penn State, I'm taking the check. Here, Urban. You whatever. Like to me now that I think
Urban at
would-
Penn State, that'd be scary. That'd be scary.
Yeah.
Because Penn State got the same resources. Now I don't
Yeah.
know about like money and endowment and all that, but as far as a
They
Michigan,
get athletes there, so they
Yeah.
get good kids.
I mean, if you look at the NFL guys they got, they
yeah,
put
Michael
they put
Parsons.
yeah
they had
put
him
them
at
out.
linebacker, but you know
I mean,
Kirby, James Franklin.
but I'm saying like
3 years at linebacker.
they have the brand, they got the fan base, they got the money, like they got the facilities, they got all the resources to be competing with like every other year. At least you should beat a Michigan. I ain't saying you got to beat every Ohio State, but you should get Ohio State at least 2 out of 3.
You
at
should
least
sneak a win
2
in
out of
there,
4
yeah.
or something. You know what I mean? Like 1 out of 3. You should sneak one in. But the fact that you just not getting one and it's like all right, you got to go. But the flip side of that is he is getting you 10 wins, getting you to the Rose Bowl sometimes. But you know if
They gonna own that Rose Bowl. They
if
might
you,
as well just name it the
yeah,
Penn State Bowl.
if you try to look for better, I mean, it could be worse because then you could get a coach that come in and get 8-7 wins, and now you look like a Michigan State instead of Penn
Yeah.
State. So that's tough. But we could get back to the
Yeah, go
football
ahead, give me
playoffs.
yours,
My
man.
bad.
No, that was good.
I just had to get that off my chest because I'm tired of hearing about Penn State and James Franklin need to go. He need to be go
I
be
called
a,
that weeks ago. I
he need
said
to go be
he's-
like an
yeah.
assistant coach somewhere. He'd be a great NFL like analyst or something.
He
I
probably
feel
would too.
like.
He probably yeah. I feel
Number-
like he would get on our nerves.
Number 1, I got Georgia.
Okay.
I think Georgia, even after this weekend, I think they got Ole Miss. I feel like.
They already played them, I think.
Oh, they just
play
beat
Ole?
They just
Yeah,
beat Ole
just
Miss,
beat Ole.
52-17.
They
So I
got
feel like
Tennessee.
after that win, they should jump to number 1 for sure. And then they got Tennessee coming up. Like they got ranked opponents left on their schedule.
Yeah.
You know, so I would have them at 1. Michigan went in there and dominated, obviously without their head coach. So I would have them at 2. Ohio State really, I mean, they're getting better, and I feel like that's what you want to see out of Ohio State. Like, and that was the thing I was talking about with McCord. Like, you want to see him progress to that Michigan game. That's when he gonna have to play lights out. That's when
That's
he
why I
gonna
wanted to
have.
make sure I did come in here and like give him props because he did. He played.
Yeah,
he played good.
and that's what and as a fan, as a coach, as a teammate, that's what you want to see. Like you want to see the quarterback getting ready, getting prepped up for that big game at the big house. And so I think they starting to make the right strides. Defense is playing well. Running game, Trayvon's healthy, so I think that's going well. 4, it would have been Florida State, but Florida State haven't been that dominant the past 2 weeks. They had a semi-tight game with Pitt that I didn't
the
like.
game this weekend was tight too.
And then the Miami game,
Yeah.
Florida State only had like 50 rushing yards, and I feel like you got to like in order to make it far or to have a chance at winning the national title, you got to have a run game. But so I'm gonna put Washington at 4. I like what they doing
Who's your
out.
3?
My 3 is Ohio State.
3,
So
okay.
Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State,
Okay.
and then 4 is Washington.
Okay, we both got watching that.
And then, so I like what they doing. They undefeated. You know, I feel like they had a tough schedule this year so far. Florida State, I'm gonna go 5. And then, I gotta put Bama at 6.
I have Bama
Bama
at
always
6
gonna be. They gonna be in the top 6 somewhere for me.
Bama gonna
Because
be in the playoffs,
because
I'm telling you,
they look, and it's tricky though because they did lose to Texas, and Texas is
yeah.
winning. So it's like I don't like we need. I say we, but Texas is gonna have to lose again in order for Bama to jump them because they got that head to head. But right now I'm putting them over them. But obviously, if Texas went out and Alabama went out, you got to throw Texas in there in front of them. But until then, Bama got Chattanooga this weekend, so they gonna rest up. Get some young guys some reps.
Texas
and
got Iowa State.
Yep. Yeah. But that's my 6.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Mine is literally the same as Croft.
Oh, is it the same?
It's literally the same. I just feel like last week I feel like Michigan State, they played, not Michigan State, but Michigan, they played Penn State. They played them tough last week. And it wasn't really the score wasn't really different from when Ohio State had played against them. And then Georgia, they're going to stay number 1 just because I feel like the SEC, when you playing against, I know everybody was saying Ohio State should be number 1, but when you look at Georgia and who they playing against, that division they in, the conference they in is just different. They play a different ball game down there, and I feel like they don't play Penn State or Notre Dame, any of the teams that be playing in the Big Ten, they'll flat out destroy them. And that's
I don't
why
see how
hold on,
anybody
hold on,
can
hold
look
on.
at
they
it.
would.
Hold on. Well, I agree, but we didn't have to throw Notre Dame in there.
They would though.
You could have said the Big Ten. We would have been good to go.
I don't think I don't see how anybody, and I'm a O State fan. I don't see how anybody could look at them and be like, yeah, they the number. Like that's how I kind of understand how that system works though. Like
out of all the Ohio State teams I've seen come through, this team look average to me. They don't really look as strong how they look in the past.
Yeah.
The system just they still look good. They still look like Ohio State, but it just don't look as explosive how they used to look.
I wonder what they are gauging the Ohio State #1 off of.
Yeah, that's
was
why
it. I mean, early, like I mean, they got
because Brock Bowers out.
That's fair. Because they got the Penn State win, they got the Notre Dame, but Notre Dame win don't look as good as it did when they got it. Penn State win obviously don't look as good now because they got the 2 losses. But Georgia just took care of Missouri, Ole Miss, and then they got Tennessee coming up. And I don't know.
And I feel like now the standings come out tonight because Ohio State did what they were supposed to do against Michigan.
It's gonna be tricky. You can't. How do you drop
like
them?
They might give them a reason to keep them there. But it's like looking at it, it's like no, they undefeated, so you got to respect it. But #1, I don't even know if I put them there, but I don't even know. We can make an argument they're not the #2 team.
Then like you said,
they're not. The
Big Ten, the conference is weak, so they're gonna be undefeated regardless.
That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna be undefeated. So.
That's what I'm saying. Who your top 6?
We all got the same #1. Georgia just the best program. They came in at the national champions, been at 1, haven't lost yet, even playing a few games without Brock Bowers. I do think it's close. Like O State is a close too, just because they got Marv and Georgia don't got Brock. This is a week-to-week kind of thing. So I think Ohio State roster might just have a little more talent, but they just not playing at the level that Georgia is because, like we said, they playing better comp week in and week out, and, that really matters. At 3, you got to put Michigan just because they pretty much been steady all year. At 4, I'm going to go with Washington just because Michael Penix is the quarterback I trust the most in the country. 5, it's kind of unorthodox. I'm going to put Bama at 5 just because the SEC.
That's a good spot. We like Bama at 5.
Yeah, I like.
You like Bama at 5.
Yeah, I like. I really like their backfield too. On top of Milroe, I really like Jace McClellan too. So I'm gonna put Bama at 5 because I think if they went head to head with Florida State, I think they beat them. And then I'm gonna finish with Florida State at 6.
It's crazy. Nobody got Texas.
Texas was so close. It's just I'm really a fan of Quinn Ewers, so I got to see him play a couple games after coming back from that injury.
Sean, if Ohio State, not Ohio State, if Alabama and Texas play again right now,
Bama's
that's what
Milroe's a completely different player.
And it's like we can't get that now, but I look at it now like if they play again right now on any site, I don't even think it's close. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah.
Like Bama hot at the right time. I do want to say something though, because I get on Kyle McCord a lot. Did Michigan they quarterback throw for 60 yards?
Yeah, I don't know really what happened there.
And he only threw the ball 8 times.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, that should tell you about Penn State.
How James. Which one is it? Which one? This is new camera. This one right here.
60 yards.
James.
Still lost, man. That's
Come on,
crazy.
man. This man threw the ball 8 times for 60 yards, and you lost.
That's ridiculous.
And you was at the crib. Come on, man. Listen. Yeah, get James out of here. I'm sorry, man. And I don't condone I don't root for nobody lose their job but James. Come on, man. Come on, Jay.
He'll get another one.
Oh no, for sure.
Good. Yeah, he go. Yeah.
But if I'm him, I would never leave. That's the best job security.
No, he's good. Yeah, no.
I will stay.
He get a nice little buyout,
man. Oh my God,
man.
Jimbo guy get a nice little buyout.
Man, listen, I'd never work again.
Fire me tomorrow. Hey,
they paying you that much to leave. To leave,
man.
Come on.
You know how bad somebody gotta want you to leave to be like, yeah.
You know how much money you have to just pay somebody that much money, and then to have them to leave, it's just like,
and they gonna pay the next coach.
Yeah,
but James, you gotta do better than that, man. But all right, so let's get into the high school. It was a sad week for me. It was a sad week for me, man. And I think y'all streak. Did y'all any of y'all streak too, right?
No. It was not. We didn't really. I got to go back and see, but I know last week I didn't really have a choice for the Heights and Medina game. It was up in the air for me.
Okay.
It was kind of.
All right, so for now, we're gonna say the streak's still alive.
Yeah. So Next Gen Blood. Next Gen Ken, he on vacation right now, so I'm with my guy Next Gen Gaddis. Next Gen Gaddis, he runs our articles, and he's our writer for Next Gen. He was actually he was the guy. He was at the Heights in Medina.
He was at the Heights, okay.
I was at a boxing match last week.
I saw that. I didn't even know y'all. Shout out to y'all. I didn't even know y'all cover boxing,
yeah.
man. I
Who'd
saw that.
y'all cover?
So shout out my guy Montana Love. He had a good event last week. The turkey brawl. It was a giveaway. It was what was it, turkey drive, and then it was a turkey brawl. That's what it was called.
Uh-huh.
So it was like 16 matches there. The Mason brothers, they had the last fight. I seen some kids fighting, some 13-year-olds, some 12-year-old girl, the number 2 girl in the country. Her name is Haley. She got hands. She's serious. Like, man,
Shout out Haley.
Nah, that's fire. Yeah.
She had not grown women out, like, for real. But yeah, I seen some good boxing. Is just different, you know. Then like I like talking to them like the box because they tell me how the discipline is, like what's the difference between boxing and doing other sports, and then why did they do boxing, you know. Some of these kids come from different like backgrounds, and that's what motivates them to do what they do. But
I respect anybody like that do like boxing,
it's
UFC.
Them
like
workouts tough.
you're not about to hit me or kick me in my face, so I respect it.
Yeah, that's
I
different.
seen a guy that was
Yeah.
140 last week. He looked like he was 160. He was 17. I'm like,
Right.
man, he was serious. But to go back to the football side of things, we this week we got the regionals for AYF. That's gonna be good. I know Ted. That's what he probably doing right now. They got a big week coming up. I think they playing against they playing the Bulldog, the Matthew Dickey Bulldogs. They're a tough team. I forgot what
And that's
they're from.
Glenville's 13 year,
Yeah,
right?
13.
13
Then,
yeah.
Getting Elite AU, they got some fire this week too. They played the Detroit City Lions, and then they played the Chicago Hellcats. I did my research on both of these teams earlier, and they got some size.
Chicago Hellcats. That
Chicago
sound like
Hellcats.
That's a crazy
a
name.
hard
That's a
name.
name. That's a name.
Chicago.
Yeah.
We already know Chicago. Then Hellcats.
Chicago
Them boys
Hellcats.
ain't playing around. I ain't even seen them yet. I'm telling you right now, they ain't playing around.
Yeah.
They got good size on them. They bring size. I think they're gonna beat that Detroit City Lions team. So that's the team I'm anticipating to see play against Malik and Kobe and them. That's gonna be a good one. And then you got the 10U Guinea Elite boys versus the Robbins Eagles. They're from Chicago as well. They got some size on them too. They got some good size on them. But I think Guinea Elite with just Roman and Sonny and Joe and that D-line and the whole like just they team. They just come together as a team. If y'all haven't seen yet, we had dropped a vlog of their team last week on our YouTube, so y'all can get just to really see in depth of how Guinea Elite 10U is really ran. And then the West United Gators. We got the West United Gators versus the Old Town Ducks and the Indy Panthers. Now you know the West United Gators. They got Tyshawn Swanson over there.
Yeah, they been in my DMs all weekend.
He's serious. The kid like 5'10". He already 7th grader, so he probably gonna run for like 20 yards on whoever they playing against. It don't even matter. So then you got the Southside Elite Spartans versus we don't really know yet. So whoever they playing against, this should be some good.
I like Southside Elite.
Yeah, but I think Guinea Elite though, I think they're gonna punch their ticket this week. They're gonna go to Florida, and I'm rooting for all the Ohio teams this week. They should make some noise down in Florida for sure. I think everybody come out and play fast, physical, and just don't waste time trying to run plays that y'all don't need to run. Like just keep it simple and keep it like
Do what y'all know.
Yeah,
Know
do
what
what
got
you
you there.
like do what you know and do what you can do what got y'all there. Like just know who you got on the field. Just know who y'all got on the field at all times, and just knowing your opponents. But I think this week though, I think the Ohio boys they gonna punch their tickets down to Florida. Shout out to the Fast Break boys. They already did. They already punched their tickets to Florida last week. And then this week I know we got. Oh, let's recap on the Eds. I mean, Eds McKinley. Eds
Wait,
McKinley.
hold on. I got a question for the Muni League. Are you so? Obviously, they about to play regionals.
Yep.
The teams that do make it to nationals and go to Florida, are they allowed to take some players on some teams that might not make it, or what's the rule?
That's kind of like what they do anyway.
Is the Chicago team gonna bring an all-star team to play this? You know,
So like,
how does that work?
They already had their teams already set up before the season. Like before the season, they already like say if your kid probably come from Pennsylvania or there's some kids from Washington that's about to play. Like it's some teams from across the country that's about to play with Guinea Elite down in Florida because they was already on the roster before the season started.
Got you.
When they go down to Florida, it's like
it's like AAU basketball.
Yeah,
low key.
remember we
Yeah.
talked about it last week. Like
Yeah,
Florida
yeah.
different. Like
So as long as you got them on the initial roster.
Yep, from the beginning of the season, your original roster,
Yeah.
they can play with you out of town
Okay.
and stuff like that. So that's how a lot of kids load up. They like Chicago, they probably got kids from like I wouldn't be surprised from kids from Memphis.
that's pretty much what everybody prepping for the beginning of the year. Like you obviously you want to win a championship, but from the beginning it is Florida.
Facts.
Right.
Like a team like like Guinea, like again, it's like okay, we obviously want to win, but it's like
Yeah.
everything we do is to
Gear up
And
for
you know,
Florida.
For Florida,
Right,
yeah.
right. In Elite 14, they got Chris Black and they got Elvis from Pennsylvania. And them the top 2 players.
and they was
So
already
they
good.
dogs,
They
like,
Guinea
Chris
Glenville
Black.
14 was already good.
And when they got Chris Black and Elvis, it was like that just turned them up because Elvis is really a true quarterback from Pennsylvania. And then you got Chris Black. Chris Black is probably one of the best players in the Midwest. He's been making noise since he been up here for the last 3 years, and everybody know who he is. So now he playing with Jalen Edwards, Mr. Prodigy, the former Mr. Prodigy. It's like they got a team full of superstars on that team. That's why that team is really important. I know that team, they're gonna make some. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of them kids, don't be surprised. A lot of them kids gonna get some offers down in Florida this year for sure.
yeah.
Definitely. Like they got.
It's serious down
it's
there.
serious
Like,
down there.
Is that considered freshman or 8th grade?
That's 8th grade.
8th grade?
Yeah. Yep, that's 8th grade. Some of them is freshmen because some of them they might not.
Yeah,
they might-
birthdays and stuff. Yeah, I feel
something
you.
like that, or they might not have a freshman team. Or
Right, a lot of Cleveland. They don't
But
even
it-
think Cleveland got freshman teams, do they?
Cleveland
Public?
CMSD? Nah, you go
Yeah.
JV varsity.
Yeah, they
Go
and
JV
most
varsity.
kids don't even want to play varsity. They rather just
Yeah,
go back.
play
Like,
JV or
like for
something.
me,
Yeah,
if
no,
I
no,
go to
I mean, it
school,
makes
I'd rather
sense,
Go play
yeah.
for 14U Glenville instead of playing
Facts.
varsity. I'm
Varsity
just-
at right, Marshall.
And you might get more exposure on that.
No, for
14
real.
No, no, you
They-
will.
yeah,
Yeah,
so-
yeah. You better coach.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to disrespect the coaching and
Yeah,
everything,
I
but
mean,
you know,
man.
opportunity,
And the
coaching, all
resources
that.
is just a difference.
Yeah,
so
nah,
you-
that makes sense.
But I know my guy Gaddis, he was at that Eds and that Heights game last week. I'll let him talk
Heights and
about that.
Medina.
Yeah, Heights and Medina. I said
Yeah.
Eds and Heights.
Ah man.
I know Eds. They
Yeah, because after y'all get this score, because I saw what
All
you
I,
put-
bro, all I wanted
no.
one thing.
No, listen.
All I wanted was one. I wanted to
listen.
see heights and ends. That's
that's
all
all
I
I
wanted
wanted
to
to see. I
see
didn't
this
wanna see
year.
it.
Play,
Eds and
listen, after you
Medina.
do
I
this,
didn't
because the
wanna
play
see
you
it.
talking about,
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. But go
Man.
ahead.
I was actually at both matchups of Heights and Medina. The game of the year.
Oh, you
when-
at the first one too?
Yeah, when it was
Okay.
62-52, and this past weekend. I actually wrote an article recapping the game. If you want to look at it on nextgensports.com. It was actually like, it wasn't like how it was in the regular season.
Crazy how
just
playoff
run up and
football
down
is, right?
everybody.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
thought it was gonna be high scoring.
Yeah,
again.
it was. They both teams scored in the first quarter, and then it went to halftime 7-7. So like, you could tell it was real playoff football. Medina actually stopped Heights on the 1 yard line, and then drove 99 and took the lead in the third. And then Heights didn't score until like under no, it was like 4.5 minutes left. And Marquise finally got in the end zone. He still had a good game. It's just it wasn't 361 yards. But I mean, 199 on 28 is still 7 yards a carry. So
Still
like,
getting it. Like,
Like,
that's another day
like,
in the
you
office
can't-
for him.
you're
Yeah.
not mad at that at all.
Yeah.
They actually scored a crazy touchdown with 30 seconds left. Quarterback just threw a bomb. Dude caught it barely 1 foot in, but it was in.
I was looking at that. I couldn't tell. Like,
Yeah.
what did his foot?
No,
You see that? I was
he
like
caught-
zooming in. I was like,
he
did
caught
he get
the
it?
ball with his foot on the one, but the ball was past the goal
Yeah,
line.
right. That's what I
So,
thought I seen.
Go look at that play on
Yeah, that
Next
was
Gen on
good.
IG. That's on their IG and that's on our YouTube
National-
too.
yeah,
Go look at that play like that. Yeah.
And then they went for 2. Heights went for 2 to win the game a few times this year. So like that's what they do. But I don't disagree with the play. I disagree with the personnel.
Thank you. Okay,
what
so
I
now let's
thought.
get into it
Yeah,
because
I
I
think,
said the
I don't
same
disagree with
thing.
the choice.
I don't
Yeah,
disagree with
I
the
like the
choice,
choice.
yeah.
I like the
Because
play
at this
call
at
and
this
the
point,
design.
go. Yeah,
But
I
if
like
you
the
gonna-
play call.
but
It was
if you gonna
smooth.
Go out. Why not go
You
out
gotta
with
give it
like
to one.
the best
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
arguably the second best, arguably the best
Yeah.
player? You know, like that's why I ain't get. And then I saw people like come at you like,
Bro,
this
people
look-
came at me because
Yeah.
all I said was I
That's
saw
no
I saw
disrespect
I
to
saw
that
that.
kid
Yeah,
that-
No,
I'm not
that's
disrespecting the
the
kid
kid
at
who
all. I'm not
the ball,
disrespecting the
no,
kid
the
at
kid
all.
Yeah,
who got
he's
the ball,
nice.
he's first team.
You know,
all
like
district.
right. I'm not
Like,
trying to
he's nice for
disrespect the
sure,
kid at
but-
all, but somebody was
coming at
literally,
you.
bro. Literally, I was just like, I was like, you got Mr. Ohio in the backfield and a chance to win the game. You don't give him the ball. So I tweeted that, just like quoting the video,
just a fact.
and then like I had some parents saying like, he's a senior. He
Like, he
deserved this
deserved that moment.
moment.
Like, so
this
that
guy
was my
is a
thing. The
really
word-
good player as
why-
well.
why-
la, la, la.
yeah.
I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't
athlete,
care. Like I'm glad he a senior. I'm glad he
Yeah.
doing his thing. But at the end of the day,
You got Mr. Ohio.
Yeah, you
because if we get that same play and number one got the ball, that he's not getting tackled by that arm
yeah,
tackle.
yeah,
no,
no,
he's running.
that's
He's
not
breaking
how
his.
it fly.
He's breaking his
Yeah,
shoulder.
And again, that's no disrespect to what is it? What's his name?
That's John Gordon.
To John Gordon. That's no
He's a
disrespect.
dog,
Like
too.
I,
Yeah,
you a
that-
dog.
no.
Like I know that, but like going for 2 was the right call. But if I'm gonna go out, if somebody gonna get stopped, you gonna have to stop one.
Even the play call that they ran
Yeah,
was
like,
a call.
great
It was a
call.
great. It was a great call. It was a great
One-on-one,
call.
Like
Yeah,
you
great call.
gotta
Went
make
to
him
Marquise.
miss. The first man can't get you right there. Like
Nah,
that's what I'm saying.
and low key though, he should have made him miss. But
Yeah,
Like,
it was an ankle
He
tackle.
should have made him miss.
I'm looking at it right now.
It was an ankle
He
tackle,
should
right?
not have went down on that. Yeah, it was ankle tackle.
So that's what like as soon as like I was thinking it, then I seen Sean like, do we say tweet it or exit out now, right? Like what do we say now?
I say Twitter.
I gotta
but-
go back and look at that.
Like,
tweet.
I
Yeah, no,
saw it,
because somebody was like,
That's
And
crazy.
he didn't say it rude or nothing, but it was like it was a fact.
nah, it was. I just literally asked a question. I said, "Heist has Mr. Ohio in the backfield, and you don't give him the ball
I'm pretty
to
sure
win
the
the game."
whole state wanted to know that question.
I'm pretty
Like,
the whole.
I
Listen,
mean-
I want to know what Marquise think on that one. Like when that call going in, like
One thing I can say though is on that play, he like flared out that way, and like 6-7 defenders all went over there. That's why it was 1-on-1 how it was, because he took the whole defense with him over there.
Hey,
That's
But
a hell of a play design, though.
It
it's a
is.
great
When
way.
When you draw it up and you say, "Oh, you
gotta
got,"
make him miss.
when you draw it
I'm
up and you
sorry.
say you got one man to beat.
He came jet motion, speed option to the. That was
That was a good play
It
call.
was a great
Yeah,
play.
it was a
with
great
the-
play call though.
Hey, listen.
Dang.
You said how many players went with him?
7.
Hey, all 7 players would have had to tackle him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All 7. you gotta show me.
Definitely.
But go ahead, my bad. We just had to get that off our chest,
you know,
man. I was
we
waiting
had-
for that one.
We had Ed's the dominant performance last week. We knew what they was gonna do. So now this week we got Ed's and Medina, Hoban versus Walsh in D2 Region 5, and then in Region 6 Division 2, Avon versus Highland, Medina Highland. Don't sleep on that Medina Highland team, man. That Medina Highland team, they been tough, and I've been telling the people all year like that team is real. They making noise out there besides the original Medina. Then you got Division 3 Region 9, Ursuline versus Chardon. I think that's gonna be probably the game of the week. Oh, and I almost forgot one. Massillon, Washington versus Green, but we know I think Massillon they definitely gonna put Green. They'll send Green home. Kansas South versus Struthers. I'm not sure about those two teams. And then in Division 4, Region 14, you got Perkins versus Glenville. Can you go our keys to victory? Our keys to victory this weekend is Medina game. I'll let my guy next gen Gaddis explain those.
So the keys to victory for Eds is the first key is to finish at the quarterback. You know, you got to get there. You got to get him on the ground too, because this quarterback, Danny Stoddard, the #1 player on our impact list, he's very elusive and a playmaker, so he won't just go down just because you'll get there. He will make you miss. Dominate the time of possession. That's pretty much something Eds does every week. Yeah. So that's just routine. Keep the ball away from Danny Stoddard and Medina's offense because they can score very fast. And no coverage bust because Medina's coming 5 wide all game. And
Definitely.
once you get tired, you got to be able to focus on what you're doing in the secondaries, or their quarterback is going to find an open man and throw a perfect pass to him.
And they have a good receiving core to make plays. So.
Man, I seen that
They
catch
got
by
dudes.
number 2
Awesome.
that y'all
He do that
posted.
every week. I
Yeah.
promise you, he do that
Man,
every week.
I mean, he snapped in that first Heights
Yeah,
Medina game,
yeah.
but I saw that catch he had.
That was
y'all posted.
acrobatic. Yeah, that was so
Yeah, no,
acrobatic.
that was different. That was
crazy.
I was
he
like,
caught it one hand and bro, like, it was just perfect.
Keys for Medina. First is to win on first down defensively. You got to force Eds in the 3rd and long situation. You can't keep them on schedule, or they'll just hold the ball and run their offense, do what they do. You got to be elite in the quick game. Like I said, Medina base formation is a 5 wide empty set. So you got to the quick game is basically they run game. So to stay on schedule, they got to be sharp and crisp when it comes to the quick game. And solid offensive line play. We know what Eds is up front, like year in, year out. There's a clear advantage for Eds up front, but as long as they could just give the quarterback some time, I think they should be able to score points just because the secondary of Eds isn't really. If you had to choose a weakness on that defense, it probably
It's
would
going
be
to
the
the
secondary.
secondary.
So you can't you as Medina's O-line, you got to allow the quarterback to be able to throw the ball and get be able to take shots deep too, because you can't just throw short all game.
I think that's what it is. I think Danny started just let your receivers make plays this week.
Yeah, that's why I said
Shoot.
you gotta be elite in the quick game to stay in 2nd and 5 situations. So when they think you throwing short, you could probably catch them deep. Just be able to mix it up or whatnot. You can't be predictable because 3rd and 11, now they're gonna tee off and
Right.
Come on, Brandon White.
where's
Brandon
that
White,
one
bro?
at? Who's that?
Brandon White's the running back at is.
Okay.
What school you went to?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know the sophomore running back's name.
Come on, B. We with you, dog. Come on
Where's
now.
the game at?
They be at Byers Friday
I
night.
might go to that one.
I was gonna ask you, have you
Go to
been
that
to
one.
like a what do you plan on going to
Yeah.
in the playoffs game?
I went to the Hoban
Truth.
game, but
Hoban
I didn't
game?
go to the. But I've been hearing about the quarterback a lot.
Yeah, he's
and I definitely want to see that number 2 in person for sure. So,
Austin knows, and that's crazy. I haven't seen him yet.
He just got
Yeah.
Eastern Illinois last week.
Yeah.
The
oh, yeah,
quarterback.
that's his first. Oh,
the quarterback.
only Eastern Illinois.
He got Eastern
Maine
Illinois, Dayton,
and Maine.
Is he small or?
He got a slight frame, but he got good height.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Drew Allen not helping him out either, but that's a different story.
And then I know we got Perkins and Glenville. We got the keys to victory to that as well.
Key to victory for Glenville, get the quarterback off his spot. The film that we watched on Perkins, he pretty much just stands tall in the pocket and just releases the football.
And he got some
So,
size.
yeah, he's a pretty big kid, so you got to get him off of his spot. Don't just let him be comfortable and deliver the football all night. You need big plays from the secondary because they seem like they're going to throw the ball a lot. So you need to, when the opportunity comes, you got to make the play on the ball, get the pass break up, intercept it whenever you can, just because they're going to be a passing-heavy team.
This should be a good week for Bryce West.
And then just simply get a ball to D and keep it in his
That's what I was
hands.
gonna say,
That's like when things go wrong, it's because he doesn't have the ball, honestly. He opens up the pass game. So whatever, if you read his player breakdown on our top 30, on our next gen top 30 list, you'll see that he's really the engine of that offense because he doesn't just score. He's going to score at least twice every game. So
Definitely.
just if you keep the ball in his hands, now you could really run offense instead of trying to find new things that work.
I want to ask y'all because I did a tribute to him on my IG, and it's crazy. Maurice Claret said this, and Josh Cribbs said it too. Same thing about him. I noticed like some people in the comment section was getting offended. Like Maurice was like, once he get in shape, like he'll be like really good at the next level. And I like seen some people was like, what? He is in shape. What are you talking about? Blah, blah, like getting upset. And then like Josh just randomly came to me like, yeah, I seen that kid you talking about. He was like, yeah, he got to get in shape though. So like, I don't think, and this is just like to him and to like, to the people in the comment section, like, I don't know. A lot of y'all probably may not know who Maurice Claret is, but like he was one of the greatest to come out of Ohio State. And Josh Cribbs, obviously, Pro Bowler, All Pro, played in the NFL. So it's like I don't think they're saying it to him to like talk down on him, but it's like more of advice because I think I seen somebody say if he do need to get in shape too, and that'll help like him. Like I don't know what his offers look like, but they said like he'll get more Power 5 offers because Josh made a good point. Like once you go to college. Sean, you played in college too, so you know this. He said once you go to college, he ain't gonna do nothing but get bigger anyway. So there's like he need to tone up now because he is like he a tank. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What I think is like coming from you got to look at where you come from too. He come from St. Clair, them kids down. He the man down there on the Clair right now. So there ain't nobody really trying to tell him what to do because D already feel like he doing it. Like he won a state championship. So nobody's really gonna try to tell him exactly.
He nice, yeah.
But yeah, so he already nice. But I think when he get to the next level, and like I said, just the resources that he got now, like it's just the difference. Like it's not like he had a private school or nothing like that where he just kind of like he got all the resources in the world to get in shape. Like they don't even have if you go to Ginn Academy, if you go look at that weight room, it's not. Man, it's like a jail. Like literally, it's barely nothing in there. Like I promise you. Like, so the resources that he got, like access to, it's not the same compared to what he is going to have going to college. So when he get to that, whenever he goes to school, I feel like he gonna get put in the right program. And that's when that weight he gonna transform into what D should like where he should be at. And that's not. I don't think like you said, it's not knocking the kid. I feel like he just the where he's at right now and. The demographic, like where he come from, it plays a big role in that.
Yeah, is he a junior or a senior this year?
He's a senior, so
okay.
And he gonna be in good. He got good speed on him too, so that's all he missed.
He definitely got speed.
When he get in shape, I think D he definitely
run track this summer or this spring.
That's what
get him on the track.
He don't run track, so
they gotta get him on the track.
They try to look. I'm telling you, that kid different. I'm telling you, man, he a grown man. Like you're not about to tell him what to do. Like, he gonna make the call, but when he gets to college,
I noticed that he was in the comments too.
He was?
Going at
he wasn't
Maurice,
going at it.
Yeah.
No, obviously he didn't go at Maurice, but it was some other people in there he was saying it. But you could tell like he like
He not
No,
going for
like
that.
He comfortable.
Yeah.
He definitely comfortable. Yeah,
But that was more so to like the other people. Like, I think when you just coming from like somebody that done it, that not coming because I know some people do be in the comment section just saying anything, but I think that's coming from a place of like, no, like we want to see you because ultimately you from here, we want to see you succeed. So it wasn't like nobody.
And
trying
he gotta
to,
want that for himself. Like, can't nobody want that for him. Like, you gotta be want to get in shape. You can tell a kid to do this and do that all day, but if he don't want to do that, then
boy's
that's
a
not
tank.
really want to.
Nah, he the best. Nah, yeah, he's tough.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then we got the Hoban and Wash game this week. We didn't really have that the keys to victory to that, but I know the first time it was 50-7. So I hope Coach Alexander, if you're watching this, I hope y'all can definitely come ready to play this week. Like, just come ready to play. And my Hoban boys, they gonna come ready to play every week. Hoban not playing. Hoban not playing.
That's the best.
Yeah, if y'all can
around.
though, get out to some games. There's some good playoff action games. There's some good playoff games this week. So the Ursuline and Chardon game, that's gonna be I think that's arguably that could be one of the top games.
That might be like the game that come down to the wire.
Yeah.
Like most likely to come down to the wire. Like 21-14 kind of game.
That's perfect. I was just about to ask
Am I
you a
saying-
score prediction. I ain't had to ask you, man. You comfortable with the show already, huh?
The score predictions for this week, we got Eds and Medina. I don't know. I know what's gonna happen, but I don't know if Medina gonna have the ability to score against Eds just because of the fact that size is different.
I think Medina can score on Eds because the contrast of styles.
True.
Like everybody that tries to play Eds tries to run the ball. And that's not
That's not
going
gonna
to work. Like Medina's not even contemplating running the ball.
Ed's never seen nothing like that.
They don't, and that's the last team Ed's lost to in the
see what you're
playoffs
saying, yeah.
for a reason. So like, styles make fights just like in boxing. So the contrast of styles, I think Medina is going to be able to put up points just because like there's no run gaps to worry about. There's no.
So that would have been a bad matchup for Heights then anyway.
I very much believe so.
Okay.
That would've been,
I very much believe that because if Medina was able to, you feel me? He still had a good game, 199 on 28, but if Medina was able to like keep him out the end zone until the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter, I think Eds would have been tackling him in the backfield all night.
Man,
definitely. 35-14 Eds. 35.
But I think Medina could put up 28, like 42-28. Yeah.
okay.
That's
because
that'd be the
they
most
can
points.
complete Danny Stoddard, bro.
All right, Sean.
Is.
I'm rooting for Eds here. My
Yeah.
team got knocked out. I'm rooting for Eds here on out. Okay.
Yeah. That's a safe
That's
bet.
the easy thing to do.
Let's go, Ed. Let's go, Brandon. Come on now.
Perkins and Glenville. I got Glenville. I'm going with the Ville boys. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Last week I tried to give a good score prediction. I tried to give Shelby the benefit of the doubt, but clearly I was wrong. So I think Glenville they win 35 to. No, I'll get them 28 or 26 or something like that. 26.
He'll never
26 to
include
20.
extra points.
to 20.
He'll never include extra points.
They're not going for an extra point. They're going for 2. So,
Every
30-0.
trip.
30-0?
That could
Oh,
happen.
sheesh.
A donut?
Probably so.
That's crazy. Okay.
It's nobody in D4 built to play with the players that Glenville has on their roster.
This is new. I'm about to say this Glenville
It's not.
program has. We watched this program come in. When we started next gen. This is the class that we like grew with. So
like we've been
everybody
watching
we
them
know
destroy their peers like since they
from
was in
country
the
that
8th grade.
going to different
So,
states, like nationals.
it's nothing new to these boys.
Just another dead dog.
Yeah, it's about
Okay.
to-
All right. Bill, is it so? If they do go, it's no way that Bill will meet Eds, or it's just like,
Nah.
I think
Different divisions.
if we making state championship predictions right now, I see it as is playing Moeller in the
Who winning
state
that
championship. I'm going with it.
so Eds. Okay.
We beat Moeller earlier this
Yeah.
season. It was close though, I think.
I would rather see that than is going to play Springfield again, which could possibly happen.
Springfield was the 12 seed, I think.
And
Yeah.
they playing against Dublin,
It was the 6 seed.
Scottman or something like that this week. So that should be. But Springfield got Aaron Scott. And Aaron Scott is a Buckeye commit. He'll be on the field early next year as well. He's special. That's a kid to keep up with too. But that Division I region, that Division I, that's gonna be tough. Cause then you got Eds. They gonna win next. They winning this week. They play against Olentangy or Hannah Lincoln or something like that. So,
Hannah Lincoln lost.
they did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that. So Olentangy, they had to be playing against Olentangy.
Grunkmeyer.
Yeah, yup.
He going to Penn State.
Penn State, yeah, Penn State.
Real quick, I feel like real quick before we wrap up, what y'all think about? Because Texas do this, but private schools they own playoffs, and public schools they own playoffs.
Jersey do that too.
And
That's
Maryland.
crazy.
Because I mean, Ayers is dominating Division One.
Right.
And I just feel like it's like these public schools don't have a chance.
Yeah.
Like they don't have
But
it.
then
Like
Glenville would just nobody would be like you would have what like
I actually honestly like the idea because
we end up playing the private schools. Like we play the private schools anyway.
It's
Like
not
we
I
even
wonder
play.
why we don't do that then if every like
the real
I don't know if it
advantage-
might not be enough schools or something.
Yeah,
it
it's
must,
not enough
it must be a
schools for
really like
like
a
you
not
would
a lot
have
of
to
private
scrap
schools
divisions.
around
and
True.
just put
It's
them
not a
all
lot of
together.
private schools.
Yeah, you'd have to just like every private school.
'Cause then they would all
regardless
be
of
in one
And then y'all
division,
see that's why
yeah.
a lot of schools starting to do open enrollment now, so they'd be able to have that advantage to have to try to recruit. So
I don't dislike the idea though. I actually like the idea because the real advantage be the coaching staffs of the private schools
that
over the coaching staffs of public schools. Don't get me wrong, like I play for a good public school staff, so I know like there's good staffs out there in public school. But it's just things like in preparation that they go through and that they got resources to at public schools that most private schools just don't have the resources to. So I think like the private school coaches really battling each other and outsmarting each other, that'll be more intriguing than them obviously taking advantage
but
of
it's some trash private schools too though.
it. It is,
Like,
but
I just feel like we don't have a lot of private schools to try to make that
To
kinda
break
like,
that
we're not
up
that, we
like
not
that,
that big
yeah.
of a state. So I feel like, and then plus I feel like this make you get your program stronger. I know it has. I mean, every year we know who's gonna come out the region, sadly, but you know now like we got Heights. Heights is that's a program that's now building to where next year they actually might have a chance to knock off some of the bigger schools because who they have coming back. And now they have like I said, they have open enrollment, so
That's
that
what
help.
the-
That's advantage. That's key for them because now you get to have kids from everywhere now come from. Like you get to have that same advantage of private schools, like you said. Like I definitely agree with you. What you said with the private school coaches and the public school coaches is about like how private school they just have more. They just got more of they have more resources at the end of the day. And then some of the coaches they might have came from a good program already or a college program. They might just be stepping down for a second.
all right man I don't mean to jump in here but we up against it. That's the game. That was some good topics, man. I gave Kyle McCord love. You know what I'm saying? I still talk down on Michigan. It was a good day, man. Y'all good? Everybody?
Oh yeah, we good.
All right, man. So thank you again for joining us in the huddle with Ted again. Well, after the Ted again, we held it down today. I am the Willie Ashford. That's Next Gen Blood. That's my dude Sean Crawford. That's my dude Next Gen Gaddis. Peace.